My name is Bill Henry. I attend the first service and usually sit in the back row on the left-hand side. I had a family early. I was 20 when I first started having a family and wanted an area. Attended church because I was always looking for that inner peace, something defined, something to fill the soul. And I knew that the church was a good place to reinforce the same values that I had for my children. So I thought that was an excellent place to start. While attending there, I did get more engaged in the old church with the softball team, even up to the point I think I was on the admin board for a year working. But outside that, not a lot of church activities outside Sunday and those meetings and softball on Fridays. Over a period of time, my personal events changed my priorities in life, and I felt I could do more stuff on my own, and I searched for that happiness and peace in other places, like advancing my career, watching my children in sports, and that became more important than actually attending church or growing my relationship with God at the time. For a long time, Anna and I have been talking about satisfaction in our lives and the emptiness missing inside us and where it was at, and we'd read a lot of books together or things like that, or even movies or inspirational things that we found. Then one day during the graduation ceremonies, as Ty was graduating high school, we felt the need to come back to church to attend that service while she was getting that, and it seemed to click at that point that this was where we belonged, the welcome and the warmth of everyone here, and just the feeling you get being back in God's presence like that really struck a chord with where we wanted to be. And so we figured it was time to do that, and we set up the meeting to have with you and talk about it. And this time it was a much different, more mature decision to follow Christ, and makes a lot more sense. Like the first time I attended church, I'm not sure, at the age of 20, and where I was at personally was able to make a mature decision like that. I was following more like what you were supposed to do because I wasn't sure what direction to go. By the time we came back together, Anna and I, and we went to that service, we felt that feeling of God's love, and shortly after that decided that is the route, and that's the decision to truly give our hearts to God and make the decision to follow through with it, because that's truly the only place that fills that peacefulness inside. During the time where we weren't at church, I did still stay in contact with a lot of church people that went to church, and that's part of, I would say, God stirring inside of me to see the peace that these men had, men that I admired. Not just what I would call church men, but men that you would call men in the real world, manly men, right? The farmers, mechanics, real people that get their hands dirty, not people that you admire, that have a great work ethic, but still had a heart for God, and they had a peace that I wanted. And I eventually realized that church is the only place you truly can find that, and giving your heart to God. We came to church when we were definitely feeling that peace and the love of God, but when we both took the time to do the Emmaus walk, it was like a fast forward button and an overwhelming sensation of God's love and the desire to give that back and to be more engaged in church. Once we gave our lives to Christ, and it's still not perfect. I mean, everything's up and downs, it's life. But it's a lot better. You stress less. The love of God's always with you. And that's hard to remember all the time, because at times you still will stress about the little things and you still want to do things on your own. But just the constant reminder and the warmth of this church and God's love and the Emmaus community in general have changed our lives. I'm Bill Henry, and this is more than just a chair, because it's where God meets with me.